they twist and turn all in your air blue sky. Living on your western shore, saw summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea, and I sang a song for Ireland. Walking all the day near tall towers where falcons build their nests. Silver-winged they fly, they know the call of freedom in their breasts. Saw blackhead against the sky, where twisted rocks they run to the sea. Living on your western shore, saw summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea, and I sang a song for Ireland. Drinking all the day in old pubs where fiddlers love to play. Saw one touch the bow, he played a reel which seemed so grand and gay. Stood on Dingle Beach and cast in wild foam we found Atlantic bass. Living on your western shore, saw summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea and sang a song for Ireland. Talking all the day with true friends who try to make you stay, telling jokes and news, singing songs to while the time away. Watched the Galway salmon run like silver dancing, darting in the sun. Living on your western shore, saw summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea, and I sang a song for Ireland. Dreaming in the night, I saw a land where no one had to fight. Waking in your dawn, I saw you crying in the morning light. Sleeping where the falcons fly, they twist and turn all in your air blue sky. Living on your western shore, saw summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea, and I sang a song for Ireland. Walking all the day near tall towers where falcons build their nests. Silver-winged they fly, they know the call of freedom in their breasts. Saw blackhead against the sky, where twisted rocks they run to the sea. Living on your western shore, saw summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea, and I sang a song for Ireland. Drinking all the day, where fiddlers love to play. Saw one touch the bow, he played.
Live, yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome down. Yep. So you're very welcome down to the StockHouse for another Rebel session with Derek Warfield and the young WolfeTones. You're going to really enjoy it tonight, and just to let folks know here that are here as well that all of the new album and CD is Let the Freebirds Fly is down here as well, and is available for anyone to purchase tonight. And we were at the launch of it up in Kennedy's in Dublin only 2 weeks ago, and it was brilliant. It was absolutely fantastic. But Derek, I'm sure, is going to tell you a few words about that. We're glad to have folks tuning in, our regular folk from around the world that were always with us through the lockdown sessions here when we had nearly 19 gigs in a row. With Derek Warfield and the young WolfeTones, folks from all over the United States, and we had all over Europe and parts of the UK, and as far away as in Australia, I believe, on occasions, and Dundee. And the Dundee crew are here again tonight, down here by the side here, and some folks that are inside in Dukes here. So we're all going to have a good session. These guys are going to entertain the bejesus out of you. Don't be afraid to tap the foot, jump around a wee bit, and enjoy this. And we'll have a little word with you during the half-time about something else we're doing. But in the meantime, folks, I'd like you to enjoy Derek Warfield and the young WolfeTones.
Thank you very much indeed, Mick, for those kind words of welcome. And I suppose the Stockhouse is on the list of our favourite places to perform now in Ireland, because during the lockdown for 2 years, we performed many shows here to an appreciative audience, not only here in County Meath, but throughout the world. And you can't imagine the amount of hardship that all performers and musicians went through, being deprived of something that they loved for over 2 years. And we're happy to say over the last few months, we're back on the road, back singing with the wonderful band that are on the stage here tonight. The golden voice of Andreas Durkin from County Cavan, and the lily white voice of Milo Milan from the lily white county of Kildare. The flying fingers of Damaris Woods from the great wild county of Meath. And of course, not forgetting the faithful man who's right behind there, Wayne Burleton, all the way from the fateful county of Offaly. And myself, I'm a dub from Dublin, but I'm okay. Yes, and they're all very welcome to our show. You know, it's always difficult to say what song we'll start off with to ease us in to the great tradition that we have of singing songs that about our events in history. Not far from here, in fact about 25 miles away, a young man was born called Leo Casey. And Leo Casey wrote this great song way back in the 1850s. It became an iconic ballad with the people during the 19th century. It was sung everywhere, in America, Australia, and it became so popular that young Casey was put into prison for his songs. And he died at the young age of 26. There were 50,000 mourners at his funeral, and that's the measure of respect that he invoked in the community of the day. And the wonderful thing about him is that his song inspired many books, a beautiful play, and the name of the song is The Rising of the Moon. I think you'll all have heard that song at some stage in your lives, but here tonight we're going to open the show and ask you to join and sing it with us, The Rising of the Moon. And we'd like to welcome all our friends from around the world to share it with us.
Just before we sing our first song, we want to say a special hello to all the people that watched us during lockdown. And there's lots of new people on tonight, but there's lots of people that have been tuning in for every single week. There's Mandy Kemp, Louise Partner, Patricia Martins, Florence Farden says, lovely to see us. There's Rachel and Sheila.
Florence who?
And Enda Lee. Enda Lee was at one of our gigs there a couple of weeks ago down in County Cavan, so fair play, Enda. Harry Harley Townsend, he's one of our regulars as well. Sydney Deeren, she's watching in too, all the way out there in Oregon, so out in Seattle. There's Kevin Deegan. He says, hi, Derek Damaris, hi, Andreas, hi, Milo and Wayne. Fair play. So, Teresa Brown, I see Teresa Brown there as well. There's Jennifer Stacer watching in.
Where is she? In Seattle?
No, she's in Michigan watching this. Natalie's mum. Natalie's sitting right in front of us here. Natalie's normally online, but we have the pleasure of having her watch the show in front of us. And also Milo's mammy, Anne, is watching in. She's right in front of us, so she's not going to be posting tonight either.
She's only going to post the check later on. That's all. Yeah.
Listen to the cabin man over there now. So, okay, on with the songs.
Well, thank you all for watching. Boys and girls, we start off, sing it with us, the great song written by Leo Keegan Casey, poet and balladeer, and a wonderful patriot, The Rising of the Moon. For the rising of the moon, 'tis the rising of the moon. Hurrah, me boys, for freedom, 'tis the rising of the moon. The rising of the moon, 'tis the rising of the moon. Hurrah, me boys, for freedom, 'tis the rising of the moon. Oh, then tell me, Sean O'Farrell, tell me why you hurry so. Hush my vocal, hush and listen, and his cheeks were all aglow. I bet others from the captain, get you ready quick and soon. For the pikes must be together at the rising of the moon. The rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon. For the pikes must be together at the rising of the moon. Oh, then tell me, Sean O'Farrell, where the gathering is to be. In the old spot by the river, right well known to you and me. One more word for signal token, whistle up a marching tune. With your pike upon your shoulder at the rising of the moon. The rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon. With your pike upon your shoulder at the rising of the moon. All along that singing river, that mass of men were seen. and above their shining weapons hung their own beloved green. Yet to every foe and traitor forward strike a warning tune. And our army voice for freedom 'tis the rising of the moon. The rising of the moon, 'tis the rising of the moon. And our army voice for freedom 'tis the rising of the moon. Out of many a mud wall cabin eyes were watching through the night. Many a manly heart was beating for the blessed warning light. Murmurs ran along the valley like the banshee's lonely croon. And 1,000 pikes were flashing at the rising of the moon. The rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon. And 1,000 pikes were flashing at the rising of the moon. Oh, they fought for dear old Ireland, and full bitter was the fate. For glorious pride and sorrow fills the name of 98. But thank God the hearts are beating still, and manhood's burning noon. Who would follow in their footsteps at the rising of the moon. The rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon. Who would follow in their footsteps at the rising of the moon. The rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon. Our army boys for freedom 'tis the rising of the moon. Thank you very much indeed, boys and girls. Celebrating, commemorating the Great Rebellion of 1798, that wonderful song there, written on the 50th anniversary by the young man from Westmeath, Leo Keegan Casey. This time, as I told you, I have a wonderful band here on stage, and the first one up to sing is going to be Milo from County Kildare, and he's going to sing a song that's featured on our LP CD, Let the Free Birds Fly, and it's a song called The Streets of New York. And we want to dedicate it, boys and girls, to all those friends we have out there from the Big Apple. Come on, give them a big well of us. And this next song, of course, is a tribute to all those young men and women that fill the ranks of the police force of the city of New York, those of Irish birth, of Irish extraction, and Irish heritage. They were always proud. And I've always reminded people that when Irish people left Ireland, they brought their music with them. And it enriched the societies and communities into which they went to live. But also, indeed, they found liberty and freedom in America, and they were always first, indeed, to protect that liberty and freedom. And many spent their lives in protection of that community in the NYPD. We dedicate this song to them. Here's Milo to sing. He's as lily white, boys and girls, as the voice that he has. So give him a warm welcome, Milo and the Streets of New York.
And welcome out there to Alicia Mulligan. She's watching in. Teresa Brown says her favourite song. And I know Terry Durkin is out there watching all the way in Cincinnati. Yeah, so Kevin Deegan, yeah, here we go.
Lovely.
18 years old when I went down to Dublin with a fistful of money and a carload of dreams. Take your time, said me father, stop rushing like hell. Remember, all is not what it seems to be. For there's fellas would cut you for the coat on your back or the watch that you got from your mother. So take care, me young bucko, and mind yourself well, and will you give this we know to me brother? At the time Uncle Benji was a policeman in Brooklyn. Me father, the youngest, he looked after the farm. When a phone call from America said send the lad over, me old fella said sure it wouldn't do any harm. spend my life working this dirty old ground for a few pints of porter and the smell of a pound. Sure, maybe there's something you'll learn or you'll see, and you can bring it back home, make it easy on me. So I landed at Kennedy when a big yellow taxi carried me and me bags through the streets and the rain. Well, me poor heart was thumping around with excitement, and I hardly even heard what the driver was saying. We came in the short parkway through the flatlands of Brooklyn to my uncle's apartment on East 53rd. I was feeling so happy, I was humming a song, sang "You're as free as a bird." Well, to shorten the story, what I found out that day was that Benji got shot down in an uptown foray. And while I was flying my way to New York, poor Benji was lying in a cold city morgue. So I phoned up the old fella and told him the news. I could tell he could hardly stand up in his shoes. And he wept as he told me, go ahead with the plan, not to forget to be a proud Irishman. So I went up to Nellie's beside Fordham Road, started to learn about lifting the load. But the heaviest thing that I carried that year, the bittersweet thoughts of my hometown so dear. I went home that December, cause the old fella died, and to borrow the money from Phil on the side. And sure all the bright flowers and brass couldn't hide the poor wasted face of my father. I sold up the old farmyard for what it was worth, and into my bag stuck a handful of earth. And I boarded a plane and I caught me a train. I found myself back in the US again. It's been 22 years since I set foot in Dublin. Me kids know to use the correct knife and fork. But I'll never forget the green grass and the rivers as I keep law and order the streets of New York. La la la, la la la, la la la.
Let's hear it for the Big Apple, come on. And a welcome to all our friends out there that travelled all over Ireland and to be here in Trim in the great county of Meath to join us this evening. So a big Cade Millefalcha to all our friends indeed that travelled from New York and are here tonight.
That's Janet Brennan and all our crew. So give them a big round of applause.
Now, boys and girls, as many of you know, many of the songs that were written, ballads that were written in communities across Ireland, tell stories of events and issues that affected our country. And this next song is one of not so many songs were written about the starvation of our people back in the 19th century. This song was written, obviously, by a man that witnessed, indeed, the horrific terror that families suffered of being evicted from their homes just before Christmas back in the 1850s. The sadness in this song is in the words, because it was written by somebody that had first-hand knowledge of observation of the people suffering. We should never forget that the events of the 1840s and 50s, when millions of our people were dispersed and disposed of and deported out of this country, Ireland really has never recovered from the loss of population. Many of the townlands of villages across the country are littered with derelict buildings from that period. But this song is a reminder of the suffering of the people. It's a beautiful ballad from County Cavan. It is sung by a Cavan man, a man, as I said, with the golden voice, Andrea Storkin. Give him a warm welcome on the Lock, Shield and Eviction.
Thank you, Derek. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And I know we have to give a shout out to Valerie Kelly that's watching in there. And there's Carl Green, says, sounded good, my friend. Josie Fletcher is in there as well. Fair play, Josie. Josie's one of our regular visitors to the live streams. So, and the great thing about tonight is a lot of people haven't got to see us doing a live stream in quite a while. So, welcome back. There's Geraldine Cottle as well. She hasn't seen us in a while. So here we go.
I was going to say, don't get used to it, because we love them, but we love them, but we don't love them. What?
Well, I certainly don't I don't want to be locked down again, no.
Brings us back, doesn't it, Derek? Farewell, my love, a sad farewell, my tale of anguish no one can tell, for I'm forced to fly o'er the ocean wide from the home I love, my Lock, Shield inside. So proud was I of my girl so fair, I was envied most by the young men there. When I first brought her, a bashful bride, to my cottage home, my Lock, Shield inside. At the harvest dance in the village green, to the blind O'Leary's enchanting strain, no foot like her could so nimbly dance, nor smile so sweetly like my Eileen's glance. Farewell, my love, a sad farewell, my tale of anguish no one can tell, for I'm forced to fly o'er the ocean wide from the home I love, my Lock, Shield inside. Oh, but all our joys were too good to last. The landlord came our young hopes to blast. In vain we pleaded for mercy, no. He hurled us out in the blinding snow. Now none would open for us their door, for ill-felt vengeance will reach them sure. My Eileen fainted in my arms and died, while the snow lay deep, my Lock, Shield inside. Farewell, my love, a sad farewell, my tale of anguish Sheelan side. I said a prayer for my lifeless love, and I raised my hand to the Lord above. Oh God of justice, I wildly cried, revenge the death of my murdered bride. I laid her down in the churchyard low, where in the springtime sweet daisies grow. I shed no tears, for my heart had died on that woeful night by the Sheelan side. Farewell, my country, I can no longer stay. The ship will soon take me far away. Oh, but my fond heart will sooner by thy Eileen's grave, by Loch Sheelan side. By my Eileen's grave, by Loch Sheelan side. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Andreas, there with the sad but very beautiful song reminding us of dark days of the starvation of our people in the 19th century. We move on this time, and I'd like you to ask you to give a big bullabus for the lady of the stage, the flying fingers of Damaris Woods, who's at home in County Meath this evening, so she's going to be flying extra fast
Derek, I
tonight.
have to say it, Derek, up the Royals. Has to be said.
Yeah. Down with that sort of thing, Jesus.
Well, as you all know, the banjo is Damaris's chosen instrument. She plays every instrument. I have always said about Damaris, if someday the aliens come down from some planet and they have instruments and they land here
I
in
think
County
there's a few
Meath,
in this band, actually.
Damaris will be
They're
able to
already
play
here.
them. So if they have instruments, she'll be able to play them, that's for sure. So here she is with the flying fingers, and what's it going to be?
It's going to be Tuttles.
Yes.
Yeah.
A great tune this time, Tuttles. So, folks, as you probably know, the music of Ireland goes back many, many hundreds of years. The great historian Eugene O'Curry from County Clare said many times that he thought the music of Ireland went back to the 7th, 8th, and 9th centuries. Many of the tunes were that old. But here is Damaris to play a Tuttle's reel, so give her a big bullabus while she oils up the banjo.
And there's Craig Gold. He says, superb. Hello, gang. Gavin Harden is watching in there as well. Pauline Smith. Yes, Mark Harden is watching in. So we have a good few. Brendan Hughes is watching in there as well. Another Mead man.
What? Sorry, what was that? Another what?
County Mead.
Yeah, whatever.
I can say what I like tonight.
Oh, yeah. Is it you? Yeah.
And I must say, Andreas, you got some beautiful comments about your
Oh, you
singing.
see? Yeah.
Yes.
Now, Derek, yeah.
Really nice
Yeah,
comments.
it just swipes the
meat.
mead thing out of the way altogether. Just moves it along. Milo looks very happy there.
would you get it? Boys and girls, of a Thursday evening, boys and girls. That was the Morris Woods and the Flying Fingers there and Tuttle's Reel. Next we're going to move on to our bass player, Wayne, who's all the way from the faithful county of Offaly. And he's going to sing Hand Me Down Me Bible. And I know all of these tunes we're playing and the songs, Loch Shield Eviction, The Streets of New York, and this one are on our new LP that we produced during the COVID lockdown. And it was the first time all the band got an opportunity to stay together, play together, and record together. And this is one of the many songs that are featured on that LP CD, Let the Free Birds Fly. Have you got
That's
a copy
right,
there?
Derek.
Yes. Yeah.
Let me do a bit of my modelling.
Yeah. Now, all you need now is someone to play it on.
There you go.
You need someone to play it on, yes. But
And who did the picture, Derek? Who did the picture?
the picture actually is it was done by Robert Balla, a very famous and iconic artist who's captured in images the troubles over the last generation, and the images of the H block and the 10 birds that are flying from it are the spirit of the 10 young men who died on hunger strike back in 1981. It's a beautiful, beautiful image, and I want to thank Robert for the use of it for the cover of our CD and LP. Let the Free Birds Fly. And
Derek, somebody said to me in America, who's the 10 birds in the album? And I said they're all Milo's ex-girlfriends. So, hi Natalie, that's his wife there. Give her a big round of applause. There's Mina, Mina, Mona, Vera, Valerie and Veronica, Teresa and Thomas is in there as well. He had a bit of fling with Thomas as well. That wasn't Thomas, it was Thomasina.
The moral is never give up. Never give up.
Never give up, Milo, never give up.
And when you know, you know.
I'll just to tell you with these malarkeys here, that our next song is a very important ballad because I think many of the balladeers of today were inspired by the singing of Luke Kelly. Luke Kelly was part of the Dubliners band, and he died far too young. And I was only really getting to know Luke when he passed away. But we shared indeed a very strong social conscience about events and issues in Ireland. And like himself, we also shared indeed a great understanding of the importance of our Christian heritage. And this is a song that was written especially for him, and he sung with great pride and with great conviction and passion. And it couldn't be sung any better, incidentally, by this next man who's going to sing it from County Offaly, a man of great faith. I want you to give him a big bull of boast. Let's hear for Wayne Berreton and Hand Me Down Me Bible.
Bandcamp link to our new CD and LP is up there at the, on our own page, and thanks very much to everybody that's already downloaded it and bought hard copies as well. Fair play, thank you. Vera says she got hers from Bandcamp, so and somebody I just meant.
Milo, do you remember that time in Bandcamp?
Yeah, that was one time in Bandcamp.
Remember that time, Milo?
I remember what you got from Bandcamp one time.
Don't go there, Milo.
Hello from Yorkshire, and Rachel says go
The
on
DVD.
Wayne and a couple of hearts. So.
All right, enough now. Let Wayne sing, please. Come on. Yeah, come on, Wayne.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, glory, oh, I'm the Lord's disciple. Oh, glory, oh, hand me down my Bible.
I like my liquor and my living hard. May the Lord save my soul. My salvation was to turn up the cards.
Hearts as black as coal.
Well, everybody's got the right to go wrong. Everybody's got to sing my song. Everybody's got Sing my song, sing my song. Oh, glory, oh, I'm the Lord's disciple. Oh, glory, oh, hand me down my Bible. I don't give a damn for any man, it's all the world can see. The time has come, take a stand, won't you shine the light on me? Well, everybody, let your light begin. Come on now, let the sun shine in. Come on, people, let your light begin. Let it in, let it in. Oh, glory, oh, I'm the Lord's disciple. Oh, glory, oh, hand me down my Bible. Like my liquor and my living heart, may the Lord save my soul. My salvation was a turn of the card. My heart says black as coal. Well, everybody's got the right to go wrong. Everybody's got to sing my song. Everybody's got the right to go wrong. Sing my song, sing my song. Oh, glory, oh, I'm the Lord's disciple. Oh, glory, oh, hand me down my Bible. Oh, glory, oh, I'm the Lord's disciple. Oh, glory, oh, hand me down my Bible.
Where would you get it, boys and girls? That's Wayne Berreton there, all the way from Port Arlington. The Young WolfeTones, as you know, we've been performing music over many years, and this is one of our most popular stage shows, stage songs. And any show that we do, whether it's in America, in Australia, or here in Ireland, it's a ballad that was written as a song of resistance. Get out your black and tans. Now, the black and tans, many people ask me in America, is that a drink? And I say, no, it's not. The Black and Tans were essentially a state-sponsored terror group that was sent to Ireland to put an end to Irish independence. They were carefully chosen men that would indeed not be answerable or accountable to ordinary military authorities. So they wreaked havoc in this country, and there's more songs written about the terror and horror that the Black and Tans inflicted on Ireland than any other army that was ever sent indeed to our country from England. But here's the song, and I invite you all to join and sing with us. You can sing it out with gusto, yeah? So let's see you all join together. Get out your black and tans. And we have I think there's Mary Smith is watching out over there in Yorkshire. We'll be there in September in Doncaster. Don't forget and come along and see us. Yes?
Carl Green, that was the first time he had heard Hand Me Down My Bible, and he said it was foot-tapping stuff. Fair play. Teresa Brown says, just fantastic, guys. Can you give a huge welcome home to Sam Maguire to its rightful home, the Kingdom of Kerry? I think Derek might have something to say about that now, I think.
Yes, I tell you what, we'll be down in Kerry on the 14th of October, and in the Glen Eagle.
And if the Sam Maguire's missing on the 15th, you know we took it.
Yes, yeah. And we celebrate with the Kerry team, yes, yeah. And we hope they go, you know, the Kerry team tried to get 5 in a row before and they were spoiled by Offaly. But the Dubs got to 5 in a row, yes. But we'll be down in Kerry on the 14th, so we'll see you then, right? Yeah. That's if something strange happens, yes.
Derek, I'm surprised they're letting you down.
Dublin street where the Lyle drums did beat. Those loving English feet that walked all over us. And every single night, oh, when me dad would come on tight, he'd invite the neighbours out with this chorus. Come out, you black and tan, come out and fight me like a man. Show you how you won medals down in Flanders. How the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lakes of Killisha and Rug. Ah, come let us hear you tell how you slander great Parnell when you loved them well and truly persecuted. What are the sneers and jeers you loudly let us hear when our leaders of 16 were executed? Come out, you black and tan, come out and fight me like a man, and show you how you won medals down in Flanders. How the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lakes of Killisha and Rug. Come let us hear you tell how you slandered great Parnell when you taught him well and truly persecuted. What are the sneers and jeers you loudly let us hear when our leaders of 16 were executed? Come out, you black and tan, come out and fight me like a man. Show you how you won medals down in Flanders. How the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lakes of Killisha and Rug. Come tell us how you slew them old Arabs 2 by 2, like the Zulus, they had spears and bow and arrows. Bravely you faced one with your 16-pounder gun. You frightened them natives to the marrow. Come out, you black and tan, come out and fight me like a man. Show you how you won medals down in Flanders. How the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lakes of Killisha and Rug. The time is coming fast, I think the day is near when each Shoney will run before us. And if there'll be a need, well, our kids will say Godspeed with a verse or two of singing this fine chorus. Come out, you black and tan, come out and fight me like a man. Show you how you won medals down in Flanders. How the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lakes of Killisha. I was born on a Dublin street where the Lyle drums did beat. Those loving English feet that walked all over us. And every single night when me dad would come on tight, he'd invite the neighbours out with this chorus. Come out, you black and tan, come out and fight me like a man. Show you how you won medals down in Flanders. How the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lakes of Killisha. One more time together. Come out, you black and tan, come out and fight me like a man. Show you how you won medals down in Flanders. How the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lakes of Killisha and Rug. Listening to the flying fingers of the Maris. Watch them black and tans run. Yeah, make it sound like thousands, boys and girls. Fair play to you. We're in the StockHouse in Trim, by the way, in County Meath. And thanks indeed to the proprietor of this place, Michael. During the lockdown, not only did he give us the opportunity to communicate with our friends and fans and supporters around the world, but also he fed us. Yes. And isn't the food great? Yeah. They all enjoy the food, yeah. The grub. Yes, very good. Well, I tell you, no better man for hospitality. And if you come to Ireland and you pass by the town of Trim, don't do that, because if there's one reason you should go there, come to the StockHouse.
County Meath.
Oh, no, there goes that County Meath.
County Meath, yes.
Yeah. And of course, there's Tom as well, and Orla, and Carmel as well behind the scenes. Give them all a big round of applause. And of course, Mick, thank you.
Well, we have some folks here today from County Down, and we'd like to welcome them. I've played in many parts of County Down over the years, and I always had a soft spot for the Arts Peninsula. At the very end of it, we played them in Ballycran some years ago at the Hurling Club there. But this next song is a song about the conflict. Most of you will know great songs are written about the human condition of the troubles of the last generation here in the north of Ireland. Sadly, this is not new in history. All events that happened are repeats of history, and people should take the time to read and study indeed why these things perpetuate and reoccur. But this young man was a volunteer who joined the IRA and decided to protect his community. And his mother never wanted him to do that. Naturally, no mammy wants their son to go out and fight. And he was left with a position to shoot an enemy soldier, and he couldn't do it. And he offered saving his life to his mother's intention. And he wrote the song, remained anonymous. And the first time I heard it was 40 years ago, when it was sung by Kathleen Largy. She was a very famous balladeer in the north of Ireland, and she was singing it in County Fermanagh in the town hall. And Kathleen has sadly passed away, but the song still lives on, and no better man than Milo to sing it, indeed, with a passion and understanding, indeed, that we all hope we never have to go through those years again. And here he is to sing The Sniper's Promise.
The night was icy, cold, I stood alone, waiting for an army for patrol. Then at last they came within my sight, and I squeezed the trigger of my Armalite. Oh mama, comfort me. I know these awful things have got to be, but when the war for freedom has been won, I promise you I'll put away my gun. Shots rang out, I heard a soldier cry. please don't leave me here alone to die. I realized his patrol had gone away and left their wounded comrade for me to slay.
Oh mama, comfort me. I know these awful things have got to be, but when the war for freedom has been won, I promise you I'll put away my gun.
Well, there's nothing in this world I would not give if mercy in your heart you'd let me live. In his eyes I saw a begging flame as the muzzle of my gun moved toward his brain.
Oh mama, comfort me. I know these awful things have got to be, but when the war for freedom has been won, I promise you I'll put away my gun. The dawn was breaking as I reached my base, but I can't forget the look on that boy's face. Fear, agony, and torment were all there, but to your memory, his life I spared. Oh mama, comfort me. I know these awful things have got to be, but when the war for freedom has been won, I promise you I'll put away my gun. Oh mama, comfort me. I know these awful things have got to be, but when the war for freedom has been won, I promise you I'll put away my gun.
We're going to do a happy birthday to someone.
Yes, boys and girls, well, Andreas is going to be up in this singing next, and before we do though, so there's a happy birthday person out there in the audience, and where are they? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Andy. Daddy, 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 daddy. Happy birthday to you. Hip, hip. Hooray! Hip, hip. Hooray! Hip, hip. Hooray! Andreas's daddy is in the audience, boys and girls. And Milo's mammy is here too as well. Daddies and mammies are here. These are little boys. And
Mammy just came in as well. That was a surprise.
oh, mammy is here as well.
Oh, yeah, I know, yeah. She paid big
Well,
money.
this is a family occasion, boys and girls. Don't forget and keep a slice of that cake for Andreas now.
Oh, Lord.
He's very fussy about his cake. He always wants his cake and eating it.
That's right, Derek. You said it.
Oh, you had something lovely.
So I'll tell you, boys and girls, happy birthday to Daddy. Yeah.
Do you know what age he is, Derek?
21.
Let me have a look.
69.
Oh, hey.
Now, no comment, folks. No comment. Derek, now you with your dirty mind, no comment. Okay.
Favourite number as well, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh,
The 69th Regiment in New
dirty
York, you know,
mind.
very famous. Yes. Very famous Irish regiment. Many songs about them. For fair play to you, happy birthday. Now, I can see all that cake is... the big slices.
I heard he stopped for a 99 on the way home. But,
did?
But they gave him a 69.
Give him a 69.
Yes. This reminds me of the lockdown, boys and girls, for,
Oh, God,
for
this is the only thing I miss
89
about the
weeks.
lockdown.
We have the Sean McDermott from Manor watching in. Says sounding great, listening from Manor.
Oh, we'll
Fair
be there.
play.
We'll
Yeah.
be there tomorrow night. On Saturday, we're up in Glenfarne in the Ballroom of Romance, just on the border with Fermanagh and Leitrim.
Oh no.
Yes.
No, I won't make a comment.
I'm worried about the comments Andreas is going to make when we get to the ballroom of romance. I think he might pretend he might be Jimmy.
Oh, might be what?
Jimmy.
Yes. Well, you know, there is a very famous ballroom we're playing on Saturday night. It's been, I think every band in Ireland probably played in it, every entertainer played in it, and we're playing there on Saturday night. And it's sometimes referred to as the Ballroom of Romance by people, but it's the Rainbow Ballroom, and it's in Glenfarne, just across the border from Fermanagh. So you won't be, all the roads are open now. Yes.
Oh, God.
All the roads are open, yes. There's no border in now, Edna.
Isn't that where the movie Jimmy's Hall was filmed?
Jimmy's what?
Hall. Hall. Hall.
The sound is not great. Sorry, I can't hear every word, you know?
So anyway, they're going to share that joke with you boys and girls sometime. But at the moment,
Do you know
you're
I was cold? Now I'm fucking hot. The sweat all of a
James
sudden.
Owen says, loving the tunes, I've so missed these nights. And Sydney Deering says, thank you, Damaris, for cutting through the sinness of those two jokers. There you go.
Well, let me say to you, boys and girls, be serious a moment. This next song is going to be sung by Andreas, and it's a beautiful ballad. We get so many requests for this song at our shows, and we've been singing it. I remember, Jim McCann was the first man to record this song many years ago. It pays tribute to Grace Gifford, who married Joseph Plunkett in Kilmaine in Prison Chapel just before he was executed. And I always say that this song is all about love. It's about love of one's country, the love of liberty and freedom, and above all, the love that was shared between Grace and her dead husband, Joseph Plunkett. It's a beautiful ballad. And you know, in Irish history, there's some indeed really beautiful love stories. And this one ranks as one of the finest. And here to sing it is, once again, the man with the golden voice, Andreas and Grace.
Thank you, Derek. Thanks very much. I just got over Jimmy's Hall there. Who will I dedicate to the birthday boy, my dad? Dad, this is for you, because Derek is paying me to dedicate this song for you. And me mammy down there. All right, here. We're dedicated, and to Robert and David down there, who I went to school with down in Gormanstown all those 25 years ago or so. Sorry, 30.
What did he learn? What did he learn? We want to know what he learned.
Robert and David.
Robert, I'm told by Andreas, was a great hurler.
Like
he was
myself,
a big
Derek,
man with
like
a small
myself.
ball. Isn't that right, Robert? Give him a big bullabus. He was a great hurler. How many medals have you got, Robert? Yes? He has a couple of medals, and he played in Grove Park and won them. Go, give him a big bullabus. That's Robert there.
I'm glad to say I won one of them. He won one of them because of me. Because I was the full back in Grove Park in 1994. Tell you. And Derek says Cavan doesn't know where the Grove Park is, but I know where Grove Park is. Right, here we go.
1, 2, 3.
As we gathered in the chapel here in old Kilmainham jail, I think about these past few weeks. Oh, will they say we failed from our school days? They have told us we must yearn for liberty, but all I want in this dark place is to have you here with me. Everybody, here we go. Oh, grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They take me out at dawn and I must die. With all my love, I place this wedding ring upon your fingers. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. Now I know it's hard for you, my love, to ever understand the love I bear for these brave men, my love for this dear land. But when Porrick called me to his side down in the GPO, I had to leave my own sick bed. To him I had to go. Everybody, here we go. Oh, grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out to dawn and I must die. With all my love, I place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. Now, as the dawn is breaking, my heart is breaking too. As I walk out on this May morn, my thoughts will be of you. And I'll write some words upon the wall so everyone will know I love so much that I could see his blood upon the rose. Oh, grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I must die. With all my love, I place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. No, there won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye. Thank you.
And boys and girls, what can I say? The man with a gifted voice there, all the way from Ballinea and County Cavan. And thanks indeed for you, the audience, for the appreciation and response you've given to it. Well, we're going to finish up our first half of the show with Wayne to sing Celtic Symphony. Now, boys and girls, there's no standing on the tables for this one, right? There's no jumping on the chairs. We had lots of jumping on the chairs there last week down in Ballycanoe, down in Wexford, in Boulavogue. But tonight, I'm afraid, no, you can't get on the chairs and
Can they not
tables.
swing from the chandelier, Derek? No?
No, I'm afraid not. The only one allowed is on the table and chairs is you, Andreas. Yeah.
That's a normal night out, Derek.
You're the only one that can reach those heights. You get it?
Oh, well done. Yeah, I do, Derek. Yeah.
Oh, he gets it. Okay, well, I tell you, boys and girls, we're going to finish up. Wayne is going to sing this song. Damaris has lots of people
Yeah,
are
just a
sending
couple of
in
new
there.
people have
There's
tuned in there.
floods.
Bev Middleton says, beautiful, Andreas. Teresa Smith says, gold. Maura Burns says, brilliant. Cormac's daddy, Noel, is watching in. How you doing, Noel and Phyllis? I'm sure you're watching in there. Steve Lees says, well sung, Andreas. So Kevin Deegan is there as well. And we'd like to say thank you to everybody for watching in. Josie Fletcher is in there. So there's Raymond Smith. So here we go.
Yeah. So, Wayne, off you go there.
Thanks,
Eric.
Eric.
Celtic Symphony. You know, boys and girls, you have to do a little bit of aerobics for this. You have to all wave your hands when I do it. I am the cheerleader. Just imagine I'm one of those girls that you see at the American football games.
Wow.
The girls with the...
What do they have, Derek, that you don't have?
They have big personalities.
Wow.
Yeah, and Kevin Deegan says it's too late, Derek. His sofa's now got a big hole in because he keeps jumping on it.
Well, okay.
I would love to just repeat that, but I won't. No.
We have some smart asses watching this as well, you know.
We'll dedicate this one to the people on the other side of the
I'll
glass,
have a
the
nice
partition here in the
small
restaurant.
Let's say hello to the people on the other side there, on the other side of the...
How are you
I
doing?
should tell you-
The other side of the Liffey down there.
Boys and girls, he should tell you that I have a friend down here through our shared history of the country, and he's writing a book about events in Ireland, and he's walked along the canal from Termonbarry to Kilcock, and walked along the canal. No, I think he deserves a medal for that. That's a long walk. But he's here. He's all the way from Canada, from Vancouver. So give him a big bull of us, boys and girls. Come on, listen. So he met a good friend of mine purely by accident last night in Termonbarry, an old friend and a very dear friend, John Fitzpatrick. And John, if you're watching this, give me a contact. I'd love to talk to you. And but I'd like to dedicate this song to him. And all of you out there, don't forget, boys and girls, this is one you can dance around for. Here we go with the Celtic Symphony.
It was far across the sea when the devil got a hold of me. He wouldn't set me free. Oh, he kept me so for ransom. La 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 la. I'm a sailor man from Glasgow town. I've roamed the world around and round. Meanest thing that I have found, all my days of wandering. La 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 la. Well, I could see his evil eyes, and then he took me by surprise. Take me to your paradise. I want to see the jungle. La 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 la. Here we go again. We're on the road again. We're on the road again.
We love the jungle deep. That's where the lions sleep. Pardon those evil eyes. They have no place in paradise. Graffiti on the wall, it says the sun was going down. See graffiti on the wall. Graffiti on the wall, it says we're magic, we're magic. Graffiti on the wall. Graffiti on the wall. Graffiti on the wall. And it says ooh ah up the la, say ooh ah up the ra. Ooh ah up the la, say ooh ah up the ra. Ooh ah up the la, say ooh ah up the ra. Ooh ah up the la, say ooh ah up the ra. Ooh ah up the la, say ooh ah up the ra. Ooh ah up the la, say ooh ah up the ra. Through jungle deep for the paradise that we did seek was no trick for the weak. They were waltzing with the natives, la 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 la. From the Amazon to Borneo, from Africa to Tokyo, darkest jungles of the world, and nowhere could I lose them. La 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 la. In circles every way, he turned to me and he did say, think you're leading me astray. I want your soul, me bio. La 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 la. Here we go again. We're on the road again. We're on the road again. We're on our way to paradise. What do we love? We love the jungle deep. That's where the lion sleeps. Pardon those evil eyes. They have no place in paradise. Graffiti on the wall, it says the sun was going down. See graffiti on the wall. Let it count, let it sound. Graffiti on the wall, it says we're magic, we're magic. Graffiti on the wall. Graffiti on the wall. Graffiti on the wall. And it says ooh ah up the la, say ooh ah up the la. Ooh ah up the la, say ooh ah up the la. Ooh ah up the la, say ooh ah up the la. Ooh ah up the la, say ooh ah up the la. Ooh ah up the la, say ooh ah up the la. Ooh ah up the la, say ooh ah up the la. Very good, boys and girls. The bell rings there, and that's a break for us, boys and girls. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes with round two. If you have any requests, boys and girls, I think we better keep them to yourself tonight. We have so many requests. We'll be here till 5 in the morning.
And actually, don't go away, because I know Mick is going to be talking to you, and you never know, we might just have a very special guest impromptu. So hang around. We're only going to be 10 minutes, but you never know what's going to happen in that short break.
There you go. Don't forget, folks, our brand new album is available down at the back of the room. If you care to come up and say hello, Derek will be down the back. As I said, it's going to be on LP, and it's going to be on CD, and hats, scarves, headbands, the whole lot, books. There's an All-Ireland ticket there for next year's All-Ireland for anyone from me that would like one. So it's in the book somewhere, isn't it, Derek? It's hidden in the book.
I can see in my crystal ball, it's going to be Cavan and Mead.
In your what? In your crystal what?
My crystal ball.
Oh, thanks very much. We'll see you in a little while. Thank you.
I sang a song for Ireland. Dreaming in the night, I stood by your Atlantic sea, and I sang a song for Ireland. Walking all the day near tall towers where falcons build their nests. Silver-winged they fly, they know the call of freedom in their breasts. Saw blackhead against the sky, where twisted rocks they run to the sea. Living on your western shore, saw summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea, and I sang a song for Ireland. Drinking all the day in old pubs where fiddlers love to play. Saw one touch the bow, he played a reel which seemed so grand and gay. Stood on Dingle Beach and cast in wild foam we found Atlantic bass. Living on your western shore, saw summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea and sang a song for Ireland. Talking all the day with true friends who try to make you stay, telling jokes and the news, singing songs to while the time away. Watch the Galway salmon run like silver dancing, darting in the sun. Living on your western shore, saw summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea, and I sang a song for Ireland. Dreaming in the night, I saw a land where no one had to fight. Waking in your dawn, I saw you crying in the morning light. Sleeping where the falcons fly, they twist and turn all in your air blue sky. Living on your western shore, saw summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea, and I sang a song for Ireland. walking all the day near tall towers where falcons build their nests. Silver-winged they fly, they know the call of freedom in their breasts. Saw blackhead against the sky, where twisted rocks they run to the sea. Living on your western shore, saw summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic Sea, and I sang a song for Ireland, drinking all the day in old pubs where fiddlers love to play. Saw one touch the bow, he played a reel which seemed so grand and gay. Stood on Dingle Beach and cast in wild foam we found Atlantic bass. Living on your western shore, saw summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic Sea and sang a song for Ireland. Talking all the day with true friends who try to make you stay, telling jokes and the news, singing songs to while the time away. Watch the Galway salmon run like silver dancing, darting in the sun. Living on your western shore, saw summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic Sea and I sang a song for Ireland, dreaming in the night I saw a land where no one had to fight. Waking in your dawn, I saw you crying in the morning light. Sleeping where the falcons fly, they twist and turn all in your air blue sky. Living on your western shore, saw summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic Sea and I sang a song for Ireland. Walking all the day near tall towers where falcons build their nests. Silver-winged they fly, they know saw summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea, and I sang a song for Ireland, drinking all the day in old pubs where fiddlers love to play. Saw one touch the bow, he played a reel which seemed so grand and gay. Stood on Dingle Beach and cast in wild foam, we found Atlantic bass, living on your western shore. Saw summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea and sang a song for Ireland. Talking all the day with true friends who try to make you stay, telling jokes and the news, singing songs to while the time away. Watched the Galway salmon run like silver dancing, darting in the sun, living on your western shore. Saw summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea.
All right. All right, folks. Before we start the second half, just have a couple of words to say. Derek mentioned in the first half tonight about history repeating itself and how it repeats itself around the world. And it's happening right now. And it's happening right now down in Ukraine, where a country is being invaded, their sovereignty is being threatened, they're being murdered, their crops are being destroyed, their country, their whole race, there's an attempt to wipe it out. We've suffered that in Ireland. And now it's happening in Ukraine. We're a neutral country in Ireland, but we're doing our best to help those people in need down in Ukraine. Derek sang about the Black and Tans. The Russians have their own version of the Black and Tans, the Wagner group, mercenaries to go in and murder and kill. But thank God they're running out of people that'll do it. Thank God that the Ukrainians are every bit as good as fighting as the Irish are. Thank God. Yulia here came from Ukraine. Yulia knows what it's like. Her brother's in the front lines as we speak tonight. And we're glad to have her here. She's not looking for a free dinner. She came here and fast became one of the best assets that we had in this restaurant. And she's going back to Ukraine in a couple of weeks. And we'll be very sorry to lose her. We decided to do something about it too. We were told recently, only 7 weeks ago, that one of the biggest needs they had down in Ukraine was ambulances and four-wheel drives to get people around, to get wounded people back from the front lines, to get people out of harm's way, get people to hospitals, get people to safety, and get food to these people. So we decided to do some small bit about it here in the StockHouse, and we joined together with our partners in Beacon Hospital in Dublin. They got some ambulances sent out. We have an ambulance that just landed in Lviv in Ukraine today. We gathered a few bob, and we got some volunteers in Mayo, in Clare, in Cork, in Meath and in Louth and in Dublin, and we were able to gather a few bob, and we got 10 4x4 Jeeps, and we're driving them out there. And we're going to give them Jeeps, and they're going to be full of aid, humanitarian aid, but it'll be for everybody that needs it, anyone that needs it, to help them in their fight against that aggression. We're going to depart at a time that I'm not going to tell you now, because if I tell you and I'm telling the feckers that are watching it, in true Irish tradition, we're going out shortly, and we're driving down, and 3 of the 4 of us here out of the Stockhouse are driving 3 of the Jeeps, and Carmel is looking after the 4th for us when we're gone. So we're going to be delivering them down into Ukraine and coming back hopefully 4 or 5 days later. We've bought the 10 Jeeps. We've got them through one way or another. We have 10 Jeeps. They're not brand new Jeeps now. They're Jeeps that they can fix on the side of the road, that they don't need a computer to fix. Especially going into the winter, they need these kind of vehicles. We have all the aid for them. The only thing we're short is the few bob for the fuel to get there, and obviously a few bob for the flights back to get ourselves home. So we'd invite anybody that likes what I'm saying or agrees with what I'm saying to go into the Stockhouse Facebook page and probably donate a couple of bob to help us with that. The I Donate page is up on our Facebook page right now. 5 or 10 or 15, whatever, anything that'll help us to get the fuel, to give these people these Jeeps and that aid. And I thank you in advance.
Let's hear it for Mick, folks, and all the crew here. Again, to Tom, and to Carmel, and to Orla. And I see David is down there. And all the hard-working staff, folks, who keep this place in good shape. I think they all deserve a huge round of applause, folks. Come on, let's hear it for them. Yeah. Now, you can talk among yourselves there for about 5 hours. Oh, yeah, keep talking. Not always the
Yes.
1, 2.
Thank you. Thanks very much. So, Darren, let us know when we're on the air. Are we on the air? Okay.
Okay, where's our screen? Do we see who's...
Did you say scream or screens?
Oh, I see, there's my brother Jim. He says hello from Funcarana. We're going to be in Funcarana there in a few weeks' time, up in our Flaherty's out the back. So we can't wait for that one. Get the beds ready, Jim. There's Paddy Gibney. He says the great Luke Kelly. Josie Fletcher says, love this song for ages. Mandy Kemp is still watching. Kevin Deegan. Okay.
Yep.
Vera Scott says, thanks so much. So, and remember, there's the I Donate button for the 4x4s for the Ukraine. So fair play. Fair play to Mick and all the crew here in the
And if there's
Stockhouse.
any spare 4x4s, I'm looking for one.
Oh no, the cameraman is out again.
I'm looking for one if there's a spare going around.
Well, I welcome back, boys and girls, by the way. And it's wonderful indeed to see what Mick has arranged, driving all the way out there and bringing so many people. He's a big heart, and it means a great deal to the people, because as many of you know, the wounded, injured in the field of battle, if they're not looked after, the casualties mount up fast. And I wish him well, and they get all the support that he needs from Irish people, because I believe that Irish people know only too well about a country that's like Ukraine, that has been disrespected, that has dealing with a superpower that has no respect for it. So it resonates very easy with Irish people, because we've suffered the same abuse from our neighbour down through the years, and broken agreements, broken treaties, indeed no respect for indeed those representatives that represent the country. So Irish people don't need much talking to support the people of Ukraine. They know firsthand, indeed, because they suffered the horror and terror for so long in this land. So I urge you all to support Mick, and I hope he has a wonderful, I'm sure he will have a great support across County Meath and across Ireland. And so, boys and girls, but back to song, and you know, in the first half, so many of you here tonight, I know, love the songs, but listen, watching the comments of the people who are watching around the world, and it's amazing that Irish people, when they go abroad, they bring their music with them, and the extraordinary thing is that that music enriches the communities and the towns in which they go to live. So, you know, you'll find Irish music and appreciation for it everywhere. And it's a wonderful tradition. It's probably, as Thomas Davis said, our great poet patriot, there's no part of our heritage, tradition, or culture that can boast of higher claims or greater influences than our songs and our ballads, because they've represented the Irish people, they've strengthened our nationality, and they've inspired our people in every generation. So we're going to play some more ballads now. Our technicians are working here, and I keep them talking. So are we okay? No, we have a slight technical problem, but you know, speaking about our songs, and you know, you heard in the first half songs that covered every aspect of Irish life, and you know, and people say to me, you know, why do we have so many songs of remembrance? Why do we have so many songs that tell us of our past? Well, the reason is that Irish people, it was the only way they could remember in the events that passed them by. We in Ireland could never erect memorials to the local people that preserved their tradition under English rule, but we had the songs to represent our tribute to those people. We also had the songs to remind the world of a great tradition we have of poetry and of literature, and they were important to the Irish people. And even in the worst periods of oppression, Irish people managed to educate their children, and they did so in head schools. And a big part of the head schools was in the curriculum, there was a lot of poetry and song and stories. And some of these stories and songs and poetry were outstanding. And they existed up until the mid 19th century, when, of course, the potato failure and the subsequent starvation of so many people and the expulsion out of the country of so many destroyed many of our pastimes, many of our traditions. And the great collector of Irish song, George Petrie, the man who collected the very beautiful air that everyone in the world knows today, as Danny Boy. He collected thousands of songs, and he's quoted as saying that because of the starvation, that the heritage of the Celtic people is almost destroyed. And he grieved for the fact that so many people, talented people, musicians, writers, poets, indeed perished during the the Great Hunger. But if you have any requests or any questions, you can throw them up to me, and I'll try and keep talking until we get this problem solved. And I'd like to also, speaking about the 1916 societies, are a group of people throughout the country that rally for, indeed, the implementation of the 1916 proclamation. And they are meeting in Coal Island, County Tyrone at 3 p.m. on the 14th of August this year. So if you're up in Tyrone or anywhere up around that area, support their meeting. Just keep alive the aspiration of people that want to remember the independence of this country and a 32-county republic. Yes, we're all set. So let's start off with a song.
Wow.
And thanks for your patience, boys and girls. Thanks for your patience. Yes.
The demons, the gremlins are out to get me.
We thought it was Tamar's G-string, but it turns out it was our wire. The wire, there was a lot of
The
wires.
G-string is fine, Andreas.
Thank
don't
God
worry.
your G-string is fine, because
So we start off with On the One
Very
Road.
important.
So let's see here. We're going to liven things up. Yes, with a song that I've been singing all my life. Let's see you sing with us. Yep.
One, two, three.
We're on the one road, sharing the one load. We're on the road to God knows where. We're on the one road, it may be the wrong road, but we're together now, who cares? Northmen, Southmen, comrades all, Dublin, Belfast, Cork or Donegal. We're on the one road, swinging along, we're singing a soldier's song. And though we've had our troubles now and then, now is the time to make them up again. But sure aren't we all Irish anyhow? Now is the time to step together now. We're on the one road, sharing the one load. We're on the road to God knows where. We're on the one road, and maybe the wrong road, but we're together now, who cares? Northmen, Southmen, comrades all, Dublin, Belfast, Cork or Donegal. We're on the one road, we're swinging along, we're singing a soldier's song. Oh, tinker, tailor, every mother's son, a butcher, a baker, a shouldering his gun, rich man, a poor man, every man alive, all together just like old lang syne. We're on the one road, share the one load. We're on the road to God knows where. We're on the one road, it may be the wrong road, but we're together now, who cares? Northmen, Southmen, comrades all, Dublin, Belfast, Cork or Donegal. We're on the one road, we're singing along, we're singing a soldier's song. Oh, night is darkest, just before the dawn. From dissensions, Ireland is reborn. Soon we'll all, united Irishmen, make our land a nation once again. We're on the one road, share the one load. We're on the road to God knows where.
Go John!
We're on the one road, it may be the wrong road, but we're together now, who cares? Northmen, Southmen, comrades all, Dublin, Belfast, Cork or Donegal. We're on the one road, we're swinging along, we're singing a soldier's song. One more time. We're on the one road, sharing the one load. We're on the road to God knows where. We're on the one road, maybe the wrong road, but we're together now, who cares? Northmen, Southmen, comrades all, Dublin, Belfast, Cork or Donegal. We're on the one road, we're swinging along, we're singing a soldier's song. Thank you very much indeed, boys and girls. On the one road this time, it's Milo to keep the tempo up. And here he is with the Rocky Road to Dublin. And this man is on the Rocky Road here, Peter. He walked from Termonbarry. Yeah, that was the road that most people took for the boat into Liverpool back in the 19th century. And it could be rocky enough in those days. But here's Milo to sing about it with a great song written by T.J. Gavin from Galway, The Rocky Road to Dublin.
No, Pink Panther is not in the set tonight,
Oh, is he not
Andreas.
on it?
Steve
All right.
Lee's has got a nice emoji there of lots of hand claps, so fair play.
This is Mr. Gradwell speaking.
Very good.
One, two, three, four.
Well, in the merry month of May, now from me home I started, left the girls a tune so sad and broken heart. Saluted me father dear and kissed me darling mother, drank a pint of beer, grieving tears his mother.
Up the reef, the corn leaf where I was born. Step by town to banish shows the goblins a brand new pair of robes.
Landing over the box,
Frightening all the dogs on the rocky road to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up the hare and turn her down the rocky road and all the ways to Dublin. Whack
in Mullingar that night I rested limbs so weary, started by the light. Next morning bright and early took a bit of the pure, keep me harm singing, but that's the paddy's cure. Early night for drinking to see the lassie smiling, laughing all the while. At me curious time was such her heart a bubbling as the five was heart. Wages I required was almost hired on the rocky road to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up the hare and turn her down the rocky road and all the ways to Dublin. Whack ain't no tree go. In Dublin next arrived a town, it's such a pity to be so soon deprived the views of Dublin city. But then I took this stroll, all among the quality bundle it was stole. In the neat locality something crossed me mind, when I looked behind and wondered could I find upon me stick a wobbling acquired in Burley Road. And me colleagues broke, wasn't much in vogue on the rocky road to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hunt the hare and turn her down the rocky road and all the ways to Dublin. Whack We're on there, we got away, my spirits are never failing, landing on the quay just as the ship was sailing. Captain and we roared, said the Nora Paddy. I jumped aboard a cabin, found her body down among the pigs, laid some hearty lyrics, danced some hearty jigs. The water around me bubbling went up on the head. Wish myself for dead, better far instead. On the rocky road to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hunt the hare and turn her down the rocky road and all the ways to Dublin. Whack safely landed, called myself the bull. I could no longer stand, the blood began to boil. Tempered I was frozen for all Ireland's isle. They began abusing her army sauces. I to Lely Isle of Bly, called me by the by, and saw I was a hobbling with the loud array. Joining the affray, quickly cleared the way on the rocky road to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the hare and turn her down the rocky road, and all the
the ways to Dublin, whack Wallaldy-ra.
1, 2, 3, go!
Hunt the hare and turn her down the rocky road, all the ways to Dublin, whack Wallaldy-ra. Hunt the hare and turn her down the rocky road, all the ways to Dublin.
Whack Wallaldy-ra.
Whack Wallaldy-ra. What shall we do with the drunken sailor?
What shall we do with the drunken sailor?
What shall we do with the drunken sailor?
Early in the morning, way hey, and up she rises, hey, and up she rises, hey, early in the morning.
Captain's daughter, put him in the bed of the captain's daughter.
Put him in the bed of the captain's daughter, early in the morning. Way hey, and up she rises, way, and up she rises, way, and up she rises, early in the morning.
What shall we do with the drunken sailor?
What shall we do with the drunken sailor?
What shall we do with the drunken sailor?
Early in the morning, way hey, and up she rises, way, and up she rises, way, and up she rises, early in the morning.
Put him in the scupper with the hosepipe on him. Put him in the scupper with the hosepipe on him. Put him in the scupper with the hosepipe on him.
Early in the morning, way hey, and up she rises, way hey, and up she rises, way hey, and up she rises, early in the morning.
And Joe. What shall we do with the drunken sailor?
What shall we do with the drunken sailor?
What shall we do with the drunken sailor?
Early in the morning, way and up she rises, way and up she rises, way and up she rises, early in the morning.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor.
Early in the morning, way and up she rises, way and up she rises, way and up she rises, early in the morning.
Way
And up she rises, way and up she rises,
way up she rises
early in the morning. Thank you very much indeed, boys and girls. The drunken sailor there, and of course, the great Rocky Road to Dublin. This time it's going to be Andreas, and he's going to sing a beautiful song, a great ballad that was recorded and sung all his life by the great balladeer Tommy Makem. Tommy sadly died away a couple of years ago, and a great loss to the ballad community because of his knowledge and his passion indeed for Irish tradition and the songs and ballads indeed of our country. Tommy Makem sung this song all his life, Will You Go, Lassie Go. You'll all know it, but it's going to be sung now by Andreas to give his treatment, boys and girls, that he does indeed in a very artistic way. So ask you all to give, once again, Andreas a big bull of us, and here he is with a great song, boys and girls, recorded by Tommy Makem.
Go, lassie, go.
Go, lassie, go.
And I see Martin Barber there is watching in. He says great stuff, and he's watching all the way up in Buncrana. And don't forget, we'll be in Funcrana up in Flahadizé near the end of the month. Where are we this weekend, guys?
Was there tomorrow night we're home?
Oh yes, tomorrow
You
we're
might
in
be home. I might not be home.
Where would you be tomorrow
and Saturday we're in Glenfarn in County Leitrim.
The Rainbow
Leitrim and Fermanagh, yes.
Jimmy's Hall.
Yes.
Jimmy's Hall was filmed.
And Saturday, the Sunday we're in Castleblaney up in Waters.
Oh yeah, the Mucknow Festival.
Yeah, part of the festival.
The Mucknow Festival, yeah.
And then Monday we're at the Fla in
We're at the
Mullingar.
Fla. Are you going to the Fla?
2022.
In the Gravel Arms.
Yes, Graven Arms, the Fla Village. They have their
Absolutely.
own
And if
Fla
anyone wants to
village
pick us up on the road,
Yeah.
as we walk in with all our equipment to Mullingar, pick us up on the way in, please do.
Yeah, I think there's actually we'll figure it out, you know.
Sure,
I can only carry so
we'll
much on
we'll
the
get
150.
wins on the 50.
I can only carry so much in on the 150. Sorry, no.
Darren, if you're listening down there, I know you. Well, obviously you are listening. Could we get a little bit more of Milo's vocal here on the monitor? We seem to have lost. It's gone down a little
Can I
bit.
get a little less banjo, please?
Well, Bising, I was just to tell
What's
you
wrong
that
with my
Andreas is going to
No,
sing
it's
this
lovely.
song. Great ballad. Will you go, lassie go? So, folks, get those hands clapping. Here he is, the golden voice of Andreas Durkin, and go, lassie go.
Yes, and very, before we do this, can I just dedicate a birthday that we got on the break? And this is especially for Zara Dowry. And Zara is the granddaughter of Granny Gory, who's watching online, and she wanted to wish her granddaughter a very happy birthday. And Zara is the daughter of Carmel and Tom, two of the proprietors here in the Stockhouse. So give her a big round of applause. Happy birthday, Zara! She's working very hard tonight, so we'll dedicate this one, Go Lassie Go, to you. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, let's do the hands, everybody, come on! The summer time is coming, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go, everybody, and we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? I will build my love a tower by a pure crystal fountain, and on it I will buy all the flowers of the mountain. Will you go, lassie, go, everybody, and we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? All right. Hey. Come on, let's see those hands, everybody. It's party time. Come on. Yeah. If my true love, she were gone, I would surely find another where wild mountain thyme goes around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go, everybody, and we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, everybody, let's hear ya, and we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? 2, 3, 4. Keep those hands clapping, everybody, come on.
Where was you get it, boys and girls? That's a great song there. Will you go, Lassie Go? This time we're going to feature once again on the tenor banjo, Damaris, and here she is to play, boys and girls. Once again, give her a big bill of bus. And remembering that the banjo came to Ireland from America, and it's one of the most popular instruments here in Ireland today. But we have to thank, indeed, American tradition for bringing it to Ireland. And the man who brought it over was Dan Emmett. He brought the banjo and his Virginia minstrels here back in the 1840s. And traditional music in Ireland was never the same again, because we appropriated and made our own of the banjo and created the Irish tenor banjo. And every ballad band, every folk band have a banjo player today, but none of them are as good as our banjo player. Here she is, Damaris Woods, and the Fox Hunters reel. Here we go.
People out there earlier on were looking for the Foxy set. I know we did a new set earlier on, and we have a few new sets actually that we've been playing lately, but I'm sure I might as well go back and do an oldie and goldie. So the Foxy set, because everybody knows the Foxy set from the live stream, so we're gonna give that a lash.
They all love the Foxy set, huh?
That's very sly, Andreas.
Oh, look at that. But cute at the same time.
As cute as a fox. Sydney Deering just put up a little fox there on the screen. And hello to our friends in watching in Seattle. Yeah.
Actually, Sydney, I saw an apple today, and it reminded me of the apple that you brought to us at the festival up in Oregon. So it was an Adam and Eve apple, as Derek would call it.
Yeah, and I know you gave us a lot of apples, but there was one of them still in the bag at the end of the tour, just to let you know, Sydney. It wasn't very pretty. 4 weeks later.
But it was still eaten. It was still eaten.
Derek loves his apples.
Lars, I see Kevin Deegan said that you're the Rory Gallagher of the banjo. I'd have to agree with him.
Thanks very much. We'll see. Depends after this set. You might say I'm the... Well, anyway.
Thank you very much, Dave. That was a tremendous piece of music there, the Fox Hunter's Reel. Now, we have a very, very famous lady in the audience, and the mammy of Andreas, and she's kindly agreed to come up and do a song with us. She's probably certainly one of the most popular country and Irish artists over my lifetime. She's perhaps brought her music to so many countries and communities. She's here tonight in Trim, and I ask her to come up onto the stage and sing a song. Yeah. Yeah. Now, boys and girls, as you probably know, this lady has performed in so many great occasions for so many great people. But the one thing, she wasn't expecting to come up on stage here tonight, but I think you're not going to be disappointed with this lady's wonderful talent. So, folks, give her a big bill of us. This is Kathy Dorkin. Come on.
Thank you, darling.
Yes.
Which mic?
Yeah, this is, yeah.
If I look half as good or sound half as good as you, Derek, in the next few years, I'll be very happy. Thanks again. You're doing fantastic. Aren't they fantastic tonight? I'm really enjoying myself, and all of our American friends here from Long Island. A nice bus tour here from Long Island. Never heard that. Well, I'm sure they did hear the WolfeTones. They did hear them in Long Island before. Well, some of the younger ones may not have, but they did. They're enjoying you to no end tonight. I'm going to try and do this song called "The Town I Love So Well." I think it's a good. I'm trying to match in with what they're playing, so I'll do this one. I think it's good. Oh, God. In my memory, I will always see the town that I have loved so well, where a school played ball by the gas yard wall. We laughed through the smoke and the smell, going home in the rain, running up the dark lane, past the jail and down behind the fountain. Those were happy days in so many ways, in the town that I loved so well. There was music there in the dairy air, like a language that we could all understand. I remember the day that I earned my first pay, when I played in a small pickup band. There I spent my youth, and to tell you the truth, I was sad to leave it all behind me. But I learned about life, and it found me a wife in the town that I loved so well. But when I returned, how my eyes did burn to see how a town had been brought to its knees by the armored cars and the bombed out bars, and the gas that hangs on to every breeze. Now the armies installed by the old Cassian wall, and the town barbed wire gets higher and higher. But their tanks and guns, oh my God, what have they done to the town that I loved so well? All right, young fellow. Now the music's gone, but they still carry on. Their spirits been bruised, never broken. They will not forget, but their hearts are set on tomorrow and peace once again. But what's done is done, and what's won is won, and what's lost is lost and gone forever. I can only pray for a bright and brand new day, for the town that I loved so well. I can only pray for a bright and brand new day, for the town that I loved so well. Thank you. Thank you, Damaris. Thank you, Milo. Thank you, baby. Thank you very much. Thank you, Derek. There you go, baby.
What a talent, boys and girls. What a talent. Yes. The great Kathy Durkin. Yes.
Stop now. No, you can buy her a drink.
You can buy her a drink, yes. Yeah. I think we'll have the baby sing a song this time. So here he is with here he is with the Fields of Athenry. And boys and girls, just to show you our LP again. The HELP inspired this.
At the end of round one, folks. We're at the end of round one. It's like a boxing match here.
Yes, it inspired "Let the Free Birds Fly." So you'll hear it's sung. You'll hear that phrase sung anytime this song is sung around the world. So here's Andreas with the Fields of Athenry.
Thank you, Derek. And as Derek mentioned, it's available online and it's available here tonight. So we'd really appreciate it that you take it home with you, whether it's on CD or on vinyl. Please do. Don't be shy. And I think Andy, have you got a CD player in the car, in the van? Sorry, in the bus, the very posh bus. I think you should buy it for the group, Andy. I really think. I know it's your birthday, but I think you should buy it.
I only heard there was a vinyl player.
It's okay, you can have one for his birthday. I'll buy him one, even if you
Will you
don't
buy him
Andres.
one, will you? I'll buy him a drink and you buy him an album.
Lots of lovely comments coming in there. Terry Durkin says, beautiful Kathy and Andreas says, the Durkins sound fantastic. Amazing. Alicia Mulligan, Maura Burns, Raymond Smith, Steve Lees, Geraldine Cottle, Jolene Lee, Andy Casey. There we go. Lots of people tune in to say that was lovely. Fair play. Thank you very much, Kathy Durkin.
All right, here we go with the Fields of Athenry. And we're going to dedicate this to all the staff here tonight. Give them a big round of applause. All the hard-working staff. And
No,
there's
some of them earlier on bought me a Solero.
Oh,
I tell
wow.
you haven't lived till you taste a
Oh,
Solero.
the drink?
Yeah.
I thought it was an ice lolly.
Well, it tastes like a nice lolly. It's
Tastes
very
like a nice lolly. But there's one in particular, folks. He's doing it. He's I tell you, I don't know whether David is paying him or extra or whether somebody's paying him extra, but Jizz, he's leaping about the place all night. That's John down there. Fair play to you, John. So if John is your waiter, give him an extra €5. If he's not your waiter, give him an extra 10. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
By lonely prison wall, I heard a young man calling. Michael, they are taking you away. For his stone to valiant's gone, so the young might see the morn. Now the prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Everybody, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely around the fields of Athenry. By lonely prison wall, I heard a young man calling. Nothing matters, Mary, now you're free. Oh, Mary dear, come here, come here. Against the famine and the crowd, our bed, they ran me down. Now you must raise our child with dignity. Everybody, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely, around the fields of Athenry. By lonely harbor wall, she watched the last star falling as the prison ship sailed out against the sky. Sure she lived in hope and pray for love in Monday Bay. It's so lonely, round the fields of Athenry. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely, around the fields of Athenry. Everybody, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Come on, Orla. Where the small free birds fly, where our love was on the wings. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely, round the fields of Athenry. It's so lonely, round the fields of Athenry.
Where would you get it, boys and girls? Remember, boys and girls, no dancing under chairs or at tables now. So here's Milo. Milo's going to sing it. You want to do James or James Conley? Yeah. I tell you, boys and girls, on Saturday night we're playing up in Glenfarne, County Leitrim, and it's the home place of Sean McDermott. That's the area of Leitrim he was born, the man who signed our Declaration of Independence. And, you know, it's a very special part of the country because, you know, Sean McDermott worked in Scotland. He worked on the trams as a driver or conductor. This next song we're going to sing, it's a slow song, but just I want to remind you, boys and girls, that in this band we have some wonderful singers. And this song is a tribute to a man who loved Ireland so much that he travelled the world to raise the standard of Irish people. His name was James Connolly. And James Connolly, more than any of the patriots, was loved. When he was shot in Kilmainham prison, there were over 5,000 people assembled outside that jail to pay tribute to him. He was shot in Kilmainham prison. And travelling across America, I seen how James Connolly is remembered with great affection by so many communities across America. He's loved in the city of Troy, where he lived for 4 years. So much so they erected a beautiful statue to his memory right in the center of the city to pay tribute to a man that was devoted to raise the standards of all people, irrespective of their ethnic background. But James Connolly, boys and girls, inspired so many people in his lifetime, and he inspired me when reading his life and his dedication to the people of Ireland. So I'm going to ask Milo to sing the song that is on our LP, Let the Free Words Fly, the Ballad of James Connolly. And I'll introduce it with a short poem. James Connolly was shot in Kilmainham prison. The man who shot him was a young man of 19 years of age. He had been conscripted into the British Army. The poor fella thought he was in France, and he was told out to shoot a dying man who was so badly wounded that he couldn't even stand. He had to be strapped to a chair, and that chair was leaned against the wall, and that's how he was shot. You know, you would say, God forgive the authorities that took a man's life in such a state. But it doesn't surprise me, because in reading history, the horror that was inflicted on this country, James Connolly's suffering indeed was par for the course. And this next song pays tribute to his memory. We remember him with great love. And here's Milo to sing it, and before it, the short poem. And if you can imagine, those of you that have been to Kilmainham prison will know what I'm speaking of. It's a cold place. The man was all shot through that came today into the barrack square. A soldier I'm not proud to say we killed him there. They brought him from the prison hospital, and to see him in that chair, oh Christ, it would call the man to prayer. Maybe I don't understand this thing that makes these rebels die. But then all men love freedom and the spring clear in the sky. I wouldn't do this deed again for all that I hold by as I gaze down my rifle at his breast. But then a soldier for they say he was different, kindly true, apart from all the rest, a lover of the poor, his wounds ill dressed. He faced us like a man who knew a greater pain than blows or bullets ere the world began. Died he in vain? Ready, present, and him just smiling. Christ, I felt my rifle shake. His wounds all open, around his chair a pool of blood, and I swear his lips said fire before my rifle shot that cursed lead. And I was picked to kill a man like that. James Connolly. Thank you.
great crowd had gathered outside of Kilmainham, their heads all uncovered, they knelt to the ground. For inside a dark grim prison lay a brave Irish soldier, his life for his country about to lay down. He went to his death like a true son of Ireland, the firing party he bravely did face. When the order rang out, present arms and fire, James Connolly fell into a ready-made grave. The black flag was hoisted, the cruel deed was over. Gone was the man who loved Ireland so well. There was many's a sad heart in Dublin that morning when they murdered James Connolly, the Irish rebel. God's curse on you, England, you cruel-hearted monster. Your deeds stain with shame all the devils in hell. For there's no flowers blooming, but the shamrock is growing on the grave of James Connolly, the Irish rebel. Many years have gone by since the Irish rebellion, and the guns of Britannia, they loudly did speak. When the bold IRA, they stood shoulder to shoulder as the blood from their bodies flowed down Sackville Street. The forecourts of Dublin, they cruelly bombarded, their spirit of freedom they tried hard to quell. But above all the din came the cry, no surrender. 'Twas the voice of James Connolly, the Irish rebel.
Okay, boys and girls, just keep those hands clapping, keep those toes tapping. This time we sing Paddy McGuigan's great song, The Boys of the Old Brigade.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, Father, why are you so sad on this bright Easter morn? When Irishmen are proud and glad of the land that they were born. Oh, son, I see in memory true of far-off distant days, and being just a lad like you, I joined the IRA. Together, where are the lads who stood with me when history was made? Oh, Gromagry, I long to see the boys of the old brigade. From hills and farms, the call to arms was heard by one and all, and from the glens came brave young men to answer Ireland's call. 'twas long ago. We faced the foe, the old brigade and me. And by my side they fought and died. Ireland might be free. Together, where are the lads who stood with me when history was made? Oh, Graham McGree, I long to see the boys of the old brigade. Listen to that banjo. And now, my boy, I've told you why on Easter morn I sigh. But I recall my comrades all of dark old days gone by. I think of men who fought in glens with rifles and grenades. May heaven keep the men who sleep from the ranks of the old brigade. Together, where are the lads who stood with me when history was made? Oh, Graham McGree, I long of the old brigade. One more time. Where are the lads who stood with me when history was made? Oh, Graham McGree, I long to see the boys of the old brigade. Yup. Thank you very much indeed, boys and girls. Okay, boys and girls, well, we're going to have one last song from Wayne. And last week, as I told you, we were down in County Wexford. Written by P.J. McCall, who wrote some wonderful ballads during his lifetime. He wrote Bull of Vogue. He wrote this one, this great song, Kelly the Boy from Killaan, and many other songs, indeed, that I'm sure you know, because, and not always is he mentioned as the author of them, but I thought I'd remind you that he wrote great inspirational ballads for a generation of people that was commemorating the 100th anniversary of the Great Rebellion of 1798. And here to sing it, boys and girls, is the young man from Port Darlington in County Offaly, Kelly the Boy from Killaan.
Well,
not so young.
Park and watching in, so here we go.
What's the news, what's the news, oh my bow Chevalier, with your long barrel gun off sea? Say what winds from the south blows your messenger here, with his hymn of the dawn for the free. Godly news, do I bring you the port? Godly news shall you hear, Bargyman. For the boys march at dawn from the south to the north, led by Kelly, the boy from Killaan. Tell me who is the giant with the gold curling hair, he who rides at the head of your band. 7 feet is his height and some inches to spare, well he looks like a king in command. Army boys, that's the pride of the bow, Chevaliers, amongst the greatest of heroes of man. So bring your fingers aloft and give 3 ringing cheers for young Kelly, the boy from Killaan. Enniscorthy's in flames and old Wexford is won, and tomorrow the Barrow will cross. On a hill or the town we have planted a cross, it will batter the gateway to Ross. All and 4 men and bargemen will march o'er the heat, with brave Harley to lead in the van. What the foremost of all in that grim gap of death, well
John Kelly, the boy from Killarn.
But the cold song of freedom grew dark in New Ross, and it's led by the Slaney's red wave. And poor Wexford, stripped naked, hung high on the cross, and her heart pierced by traitors and nay. Glory, oh, to a brave son who died for the cause of Longdown, Trullan man. Glory, oh, to old Wexford's own darling and pride, dauntless Kelly, the boy from Killarn.
Thank you very much indeed, boys and girls. Well, before we leave you, boys and girls, on behalf of the band, I want to thank you indeed for your appreciation and response over the last couple of hours. We hope we brought a little of Ireland into your lives and hearts, particularly for those of you that are watching in America, in Argentina, down there in across in many parts of Scotland, England, and of course, anywhere you're listening and watching. We want to thank you indeed for your attention and your response in the time you've taken to show your appreciation to our music. And as you probably know, after the last 2 hours, these are an exceptionally talented band, and boys and girls, give them a big bull of us. Andreas Storken and his golden voice, let's hear it from him, come on.
Thank you, Derek. Thank you, folks.
And on the right-hand side, from the great county of Kildare, let's hear it from Milo Milan. Let's hear it from Milo.
Thank you, Derek. Thank you very much.
And the faithful man from the faithful county, let's hear indeed a big bull of us for Wayne Barrettson on the bass. And the flying fingers of the Maris Woods in our home county. And boys and girls, I want to also thank indeed Kathy Dorkin. That lady has brought so much joy to so many people with our performances and singing and over so many years. So give her a big bulbous. Kathy Durkin, Ireland's legendary singer, indeed, country for no means least. His care and devotion to his lovely restaurant and bar here is only matched by his care indeed for humanity. Because this man cares. He cares about our country. He cares about this land. And he's shown that over the years. He appreciates and values the history and beautiful heritage that we have. But he also indeed cares about people that are suffering. And it's wonderful, a wonderful gesture of peace and help by driving these cars to Ukraine. It shows many people that in Ireland we know indeed what suffering has been in our history. And we care when we see other people go through the same. And we respond very, very kindly and generously. And I want to thank Michael indeed for his wonderful gesture. And it's on the website, boys and girls. You can go and donate.
Yeah, but it's up there on the Facebook. It's pinned to the top of the Facebook page for tonight's live stream. idonate.ie, and it's the 4x4 cause. So, you know, every little bit helps. Yeah. Absolutely.
And thanks very much. And just to remember, indeed, my good friend here from the 1916 Societies, and they're having their meeting up in a great part of County Tyrone in Coal Island at 3 p.m. on the 14th of August. If you're around that area, give them support, because they are indeed canvassing and supporting the ambition of the reality of the 1916 proclamation. And the beauty of that is that this country can be a great country, and a great country when it's united. And it's the source of people like this young man that's going around and generating the hope and appreciation for our land through the 16 societies, making the people aware of the importance of their aspirations and their aspirations to be fulfilled in this generation. So, boys and girls, that's the 14th of August up there in County Tyrone in Coal Island. So thanks very much indeed. And one last thing, boys and girls, just before we go, don't forget, boys and girls, that go to our website. Damaris has all the dates there, and you can see where we are and where we're going, where we've come from. And
Not just Damaris, there are dates.
they're all dates, yes. Okay.
She's going solo.
So we leave it at that, boys and girls. So we're going to ask you all to join in us.
Just before we start our last, I know you have a couple of words to say. I want to say hi out there to, I didn't get to give her a mention, and she's been to nearly every one of our shows around New York in the last, we were there for 7 weeks, so I want to give a big shout out there to Mary Hackett.
Yes. Good girl, Mary.
Yes, I see also, I'd like to mention a lady that was devoted to watching all our shows. She's online today. She's out in Syracuse, New York, and Colleen O'Malley. And I want to send best wishes to all the O'Malley family and all the community
And Sharon, I think Sharon was watching in earlier on, so fair play, ladies.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you, guys. Well, as Derek mentioned, a big thank you to everybody here in the Stockhouse once again, to Mick, to Carmel, to Tom, and to Orla, and all the staff here. Deserve a huge round of applause once again. Thank you, guys. A big thank you to Darren and Steve, who are doing our sound and doing our video live stream on Facebook. And thanks very much, guys. And I just noticed there on the Facebook feed, we're going to be in Liberty Hall on September 3rd, folks. That's in Dublin, so if you're in the area on September 3rd, come and see us. And anything else, lads? I think that's it. Oh, very last, and as you all know, we've a busload of Americans down there, and lovely, lovely people. And the head of the tour is the lovely Janet. Give her a big round of applause, Janet. And finally, folks, on your table, folks, we've got a cruise going in February of 2023. We'd love you to come along with us. There's flyers on the tables. If you need any more, Derek has got them down by the merchandise. So come up and say hello. And David's going. David said he's going. There's free drink on the cruise. Kathy said she's buying extra drink if anyone needs it. Kathy's going to be on it. And Olivia Douglas, all folked up on a host of other stars. Folks, we're coming to the end. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves. But none of us would be here, folks, if it wasn't for the gentle giant of a teddy bear that is here in the middle of the stage. For almost 60 years, he has toured the world as the original and founding member of the WolfeTones, and now the leading voice for the last 20 years or so of the young WolfeTones. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Dublin, the one and only Mr. Derek Warfield.
Thanks, Andreas. Thanks, folks, and good night and God bless. Let's see you join and sing A Nation once again.
1, 2, 3, 4.
When boyhood's fire was in my blood, I read of ancient freemen of Greece and Rome who bravely stood, 300 men and 3 men. And there I prayed I yet might see our fetters rent in twain, and Ireland long a province be, a nation once again, a nation once again, a nation once again, and Ireland long a province be, a nation once again. It whispered to that freedom art and service high and holy would be profaned by feelings dark, of fashioned vain or lowly. But freedom comes from God's right hand, needs a godly train, and righteous men will make our land a nation once again. Let's hear it, a nation once again, a nation once again, and Ireland long a province be, a nation once again. So as I grew from boy to man, I bent me to that bidding, the spirit of its selfish plan with cruel passion raiding. And thus I hope someday to aid. How can such hope be vain when my dear country will be made a nation once again? A nation once again. A nation once again. And Ireland long a province be. A nation once again. Last time together. A nation once again. A nation once again. And Ireland long a province be. A nation once again. Sina fina val ataf the owl again. Wind us through a dead Ronnie Queen. The vapors will serve. Chantir of Shim Shan Basta. The over Thain Tirana, Thain Tron. Anna Sain Sabarna Will. The Gallish Wreck on Boss No Sail. The Gunas Wreck. Belada Vele. Shadi Kani. Soldiers are we, whose lives are pledged to Ireland. Some have come from a land beyond the whale, sworn to be free. No more our ancient Ireland shall harbor the despot or the slave. Tonight we man the barn of Whale in Erin's cause from Woe Whale. The cannons roar and rifles beat. We will chant a soldier's song.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Derek Warfield.
Watch the Galway salmon run like silver dancing